Hello, Saints. You know, you can be blessed to live in a beautiful mansion just like that. Or you can be blessed to live in a very nice home like this. Or when your life has simply taken a down spiral, your home could end up looking like this. Today we're out here on the north side of Chicago, filming a segment, a very, very important segment on the Real Gospel Show, to kind of take an in-depth look with God's people who have been as fortunate as some of us are. This is Latia.
Yes.
Latia is in a situation, and it's her husband that she's with, and they are homeless. When I say this is, I'm sorry?
My husband and my father-in-law.
Her husband and her father-in-law, and they are in a homeless situation. The only covering over their heads is a tent. Whether the weather is very cold or very hot, they have no electricity, they have no heat. The only food and clothing is what people, out of the goodness and kindness of their hearts, will donate to them. Their days is quite different from the days as we know it. Some of us get up, we're in the warm homes, and we have water and bathrooms and all the things that we take for granted. But this young woman here today, you're going to hear her testimony. First of all, we're going to just say thank you for being brave enough to do the story with us. This will air on Chicago's CAN Television, which is a public access television station.
Thank you.
Tell me about your situation. First of all, are you a resident of Chicago?
Yes, I'm a resident of Chicago.
And about how old are you?
I'm 23, about to be 24.
So right there we see a young woman that's in her 20s is brave enough to stand here and tell the world about her situation. How did your plight come to be?
My plight is to better myself, be strong, and just don't let people judge me out here and just move forward with my life. I'm just a college student just trying to get some help, moving off the streets.
Now, I hear some very impressive things that you are a student. Regardless of your home situation, you're studying.
Yes.
What direction or what career are you seeking?
Criminal justice.
Criminal justice. Can we just ask you, where did your life take a down spiral to put you and your husband and father-in-law in a situation as this?
My downfall was the situation with me and my foster mother. We couldn't get along, and my family members couldn't help me out. And I just met my husband last year. We've been together for a very long time.
Well, we just never know where our mates will come from.
Right.
So were you always a resident of the south side or the north side of Chicago?
I was a resident of both sides, south, east, west, and north.
And I understand you mentioned the word you were a ward of the state.
Yes, I was a foster kid when I was growing up.
Okay. At what time in your life did things take a turn where you had to end up living in this situation?
It started happening when I was like 18, when my foster mother wanted to get into my bank account, and I couldn't take it no more. It was like problems dealing with her, arguing with me, dealing with her, trying to fight. It was like non-stop in the house, and I said, I can't take the domestic violence, so I said, just put it in God's hands, just walk out and just live out here on the streets on my own. Just try to move out of our house.
I see. Are there any living relatives that would try and give you a warm place to stay and bring your husband?
Nobody in my family will try to help me and my family.
I see. And with your situation, you are registered, and what college are you attending, if you don't mind us asking?
The college that I'm attending is McCormick on 29th East Madison. I'm a sophomore in that major of criminal justice.
Very good. How have you been able to get along in terms of studying and trying to do grades and get them back and forth to school? She's smiling.
It's a hard struggle when you out here on the streets trying to get your school assignments done, and you just can't stay focused on your learning disability. That's what I have. I can't Like sometimes I want to do my schoolwork and sometimes my mind goes somewhere else and it's like a hard struggle. But the main thing is going to school is my best thing, and I'm trying to major into criminal justice so I can help other people out here and just try to keep them on a better path.
Now, earlier, a couple of minutes ago, I did say that this was called The Real Gospel Show.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you, are you a woman of faith?
Yes, I'm a woman of faith, and I believe in God every single day. And I pray to Him when I go to bed and when I wake up.
Do you believe that God hears all prayers?
Yes, I know God baptized me in 2014. I know He's going to keep on working for me.
So, Chicago, you've just heard a very intimate, a very heartbreaking but encouraging testimony about this young woman's plight to make it off the streets with her newfound husband, a 1-year anniversary, and her father-in-law, but yet she's still trying with everything that's stacked against her. And the one thing that she just did was a testimony. So just when we think things are really bad in our situations, we want you to think of this young lady. But most of all, we do know here on The Real Gospel Show that there is a God, and she is not a person of a lesser God.
Put them together, come on. Put them together. I got joy in my soul. God is in control. I got Satan on my trail, but I'm singing all is well. He's attacking every day, but I'm watching while I pray. No matter the attack, I won't turn back, 'cause this means war. This means war. This means war. This means war. Put them together. I got joy in my soul. God is in control. I got Satan on my trail, but I'm singing all is well. He's attacking every day, but I'm watching while I pray. No matter the attack, I won't turn back, 'cause this means war. This means war. This means war. This means war. I bleed the blood. There's power in the blood. Healing in the blood. Power in the blood.
I'm looking at least 7 tents. I'm looking at boxes, shoes, clothing, water. I'm looking at what life can, who have hit absolutely rock bottom. It's very heartbreaking. It makes you appreciate everything that you have. Maybe your home is not a mansion. Maybe it's not a fabulous $1 million condo. Maybe it's just a frame house sitting in maybe some of the more deplorable parts of the city. But whatever it is, it's a step above what this is. This is home for a lot of Chicago residents. And we just got through speaking with a young lady, 23, who can smile through all of the situation. Here someone's donated food for these residents so that they can at least have a decent meal for tonight. So when it's